What up, YouTube? Yeah, you know who it is. You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake.
What up, 2K fans? You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. And welcome to my ultimate dunking tutorial. Now last year, I didn't feel the need to do this video because they changed the controllers, they made it a lot easier, and I just didn't think it was needed. But believe it or not, this was the most highly requested tutorial in my whole tutorial lineup. And I figured, what the heck, I love this game, might as well share some tips with you guys. As you already should know, in order to pull off random dunks, all you have to do is hold the right trigger or R2 and tap square or X. But we're going to discuss using the right stick in this video, so this way you can kind of determine what kind of dunks you do. And at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you have as much control as possible. So first up, we want to take a look at the attribute upgrades. Make sure you're paying attention to your athlete upgrades. And notice this, as a point guard, I have the potential of a 95 driving dunk and a potential 75 standing dunk. So this is what you want to upgrade in order to be able to slam on people. Alright, so right here we're going to take a quick look at some of your normal standardized dunks. All you have to do is hold the right trigger or R2 and move the right stick towards the basket. But why would you want to do standard dunks? It's because they're less likely to get blocked, and they're best in a half-court setting where defense is close by. Now we're taking a look at some of the flashier dunks. All you have to do is hold the right trigger or R2 and move the right stick away from the basket. And when do you want to do flashy dunks? In the open court where there's no defense. They're very risky to do in a half-court setting, and they have a high tendency to get blocked. Now let's take a look at the 360. This is a flashy dunk. Once again, hold the right trigger or the R2 and move the right stick away from the basket. But the trick to doing 360s is that you have to have the 360 in your dunk packages. And some of you guys may have seen my previous tutorials, and I made mention that my favorite guy doing 360s is Vince Carter. But they don't have a young Vince in this game. Now let's take a look at the baseline reverses. These are pretty easy to do. All you have to do is hold the right trigger or R2 and move the right stick towards the baseline. That's out of bounds for those of you that don't know. This is Gerald Green, and he actually has reverses in his dunk packages. They're very difficult to block and extremely satisfying on the drive, especially after breaking somebody down. You'll probably see a lot of reverses being done in online games, especially on the park and definitely on the rec center. So just keep in mind, you want to move the right stick towards out of bounds, the baseline. And if you have a reverse in your dunk package and you're holding the turbo button or the sprint, you'll definitely do a reverse. DeMar DeRozan has some nice ones in his packages too. And be sure to experiment when choosing these for your My Player. There's just so many new nasty animations in the game. I can't wait to choose one of these. Now let's take a look at Jordan's foul line dunk. This one is highly requested every year. You want to hold the right trigger or R2 and move the right stick away from the basket while behind the foul line. Although it might not seem like the commands are very difficult, it doesn't seem to trigger this animation very often, so whenever you see it, it's pretty spectacular. I won't say that it's completely random because you are choosing to dunk at this distance from the rim, but you must have Jordan's dunk package to do it. Now we're taking a look at the spin dunks. I don't know if you guys remember NBA 2K11 and NBA 2K12. They had an animation where it does all of this for you. But But in 2K14 and 2K15, there's no more holding hands. All you have to do is rotate the right stick in a half circle towards your non-ball hand, and then quickly hold the right trigger or R2 and move the right stick towards the basket. Now these are really satisfying to do because you kind of blow past your defenders. They're very difficult to pull off in traffic because of the new collision system and the new collision animations. But again, when you blow past a defender and do this, you have every reason to get hype. And I think LeBron James is the best in the game at this. Now let's take a quick look at alley-oops. If you've played 2K14, you know that these haven't really changed. All you have to do is hold the left trigger or L2 and press square or X, and you'll throw an alley-oop. The trick is to make sure you have a guy that's cutting to the basket and that actually knows how to catch alley-oops and dunk them home. Make sure that you angle the left stick in the direction of the receiver. If you aim it at the rim, you will accidentally do an oop to self, and you might end up causing a huge turnover. You can also oop it off the glass. All you have to do is hold the left trigger or L2 and press the square or X when you have a teammate trailing behind you. Right here I'm using Julius Erving. Got that player lock on, and he catches a 360 oop. Alley-oops are extremely risky. Defenders are aware of your alley-oop attempts, and they can jump up and reject them. But they are still the most satisfying play in basketball. Now a quick look at the oop to self. All you have to do is hold LT or L2 and square or X while aiming the left stick at the rim. They're very risky, and they're also a little bit glitched this year. Now here's my man King Dooms for the putbacks.
Good, y'all. This King Dooms. I'm about to show y'all how to do the putbacks in NBA 2K15 for both consoles. You see I got player lock control over Blake Griffin. Chris Paul pulling that, entering the paint, getting that putback right there. Now in order to do the putbacks, PlayStation 4, hold R2 into the paint and just tap square one time. Do not hold down square or you would not do the putback. Same commands apply for Xbox. Hold down RT. Once you enter the paint, tap X one time, man, and you'll be doing putbacks in no time, man. Back to you, Shake.
Eventually, you're going to want to try out some of these My Park dunk animations. Especially if you're someone who plays online, definitely want to get some of these posters on a live opponent. Dunk packages like these are only built for online multiplayer modes. So don't expect to do these in my career. I don't expect to see any NBA players doing these in my team mode. The trick to doing these animations is that you have to have your reputation up at My Park. So pay attention to what's required at the bottom. So this wraps up my dunk tutorial. Lots more to come. I went off the top, so if I made any mistakes, please correct me in the comments. As always, a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll holla at you dudes later.